السلام. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين. مدد يا رسول الله، مدد يا سيدنا وصحبه رسول الله، مدد يا شيخ دستور إن شاء الله فضل شيخ محمد كان طريقتنا والصحبة والخير في الجميع. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ويا الناس خاطر واحد ولا صدق الله العظيم. Allah Azze ve Celle buyuruyor, o günkü hesabını ancak herkes kendi hesabını kendi verir.
Allah Almighty says that a day will come, the day of judgment, where everyone will be held accountable, and it is the day where everyone will be held responsible for himself, and when everyone will only be able to give account for himself, the day of judgment.
Kimse başkasının hesabını vermez diyor Allah Azze ve Celle.
On that day, Allah Almighty says, nobody will be held responsible for someone else, and everyone will give account and be held accountable for himself.
O gün kıyamet günü.
That day is the day of judgment.
O gün hesap günüdür.
That day is the day when everyone will be judged.
Hesabı kimse kaçamaz.
And nobody will be able to escape that judgment. Nobody will be able to escape being held responsible and to give account.
Dünyada hesaptan kaçanlar çok var.
In this world, many people manage to escape being held responsible for what they do. They manage being held accountable for what they do in this world.
Paçayı kurtaranlar çok var.
There are many people who do wrong, bad things in this world and who manage and escape judgment and being held responsible for what they did.
Dünya hesabından insanlara zulmeden,
people escape this worldly judgment when they oppress, tyrannize people in this world.
İnsanları kandıran, insanlara eziyet eden.
There are people who cheat others. There are people who oppress others in this world.
İnsanlar çoktur.
And there are many who do so, and even though they do these bad things, they manage to not being held accountable for what they did, and they escape judgment.
Dünyada da hesabını kaçtım zannediyor.
But they may think that they may have saved themselves in this world from being held accountable.
Onu kurtardım zannediyor.
They think they have managed to get unnoticed.
Yani kağıt yok, evrak yok.
Because there's no paper, there's no documentation to prove them wrong.
Kandırdım insanı, ötekisine zulmettim, gene kimse bir şey diyemedi diye.
And thus they think that by doing so they have managed to escape punishment, to escape judgment.
Kendi kendine sevinip gider.
And they may be happy that they may have been able to make an advantage for themselves while cheating others and getting unnoticed and having escaped judgment and being held accountable.
Ama esas ahirettir. Hiçbir şey, zulüm, kötülük.
However, there's no escape from the divine court in the hereafter. No oppression, no badness will get unnoticed there.
Boşa gitmez.
Everything is recorded and everyone will be held accountable for everything they did.
Onlar muhakkak sorulacak.
Everyone will be held accountable for everything.
Onun hesabını ancak kendisi verir.
And everyone will be held accountable for one's own wrongdoings.
Başkası veremez diyor Allah Azze ve Celle.
Nobody will be held responsible for other people's wrongdoings.
Onun için dünyada kötülük yapan insanlar
People who do bad things in this world
ahirette onun hesabını verecekler.
will be held accountable certainly in the hereafter for everything they did, and they will be punished accordingly.
Hani boşa gitmeyecek.
Nothing will get unnoticed there.
Dünya gözüyle kurtulmak isterse o insanı zulmettiği insanlardan haklarını helal etmek için ne lazımsa
If those people want to save themselves, they need to seek those people whom they have betrayed and cheated and caused harm, whose rights they have violated, and they must ask them for forgiveness and make up for their wrongdoing.
onu yapması en mühim işidir.
And to make up for that wrongdoing, to make up for harming those people, is the most important thing
Hayatında
in one's life.
okumaktan da daha mühim, üniversiteden de daha mühim.
It is more important than reputation in this world, than studying, than going to the university.
Diplomadan da daha mühim, her şeyden daha mühimdir.
It is more important than work. It is more important than anything in this world to ask for forgiveness from those people whose rights you have violated.
İş güçten hepsinden daha mühim.
It is more important than any worldly affair
Helallik istemek,
to ask for forgiveness for your wrongdoings from those people whose rights you have violated.
yapılan kötülüğü insanlardan helallik istemek,
If you did something bad or wrong or harmed somebody or damaged someone, you must ask him for forgiveness.
en mühim şey. Allah Azze ve Celle affedicidir.
And make up for that wrongdoing. Him, our Lord Allah Almighty, He is the most forgiving.
Affeder,
He, Allah Almighty, will forgive.
tövbe edene mağfiret eder.
He will forgive those who ask for forgiveness.
Ama kul hakkını kul ister.
However, when it comes to the rights, to each individual's rights, and when it comes to having violated a person's rights, then you must seek the forgiveness of that person whose rights you have violated.
O kulun hakkını vermezsen onun hesabını çekeceksin.
And if you don't ask for forgiveness from that person, and if you do not make up for that wrongdoing, for that harm and damage you've inflicted upon a person, then you will be punished for it.
Allah muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us.
Kul hakkından çoğu zaman
May Allah Almighty protect us from violating a person's right.
Salih insanlar, iyi insanlar hakları olmadığı halde başkalarının sözlerine
There are many people, there are many good people, pure people who have not violated anyone's rights and who are cheated by others.
güvenerek onların hak dedikleri şeye verir. Halbuki hak değil ama
And those pure people, they are approached by others who then tell them, you must give us this, you must give us that, you owe us this and you owe us that. And out of their goodness and naivety, then they give them what they are being asked for.
gene de Allah indinde temiz olsunlar diye o muhakkak o şeyi dünya malı ahirete kalmasın diye onu verir. O da Allah.
And they may be cheated by those people in this world. However, they will have preserved their purity in the divine presence.
Allah Azze ve Celle onun ecrini verir.
And Allah Almighty will reward them for what they have been cheated with.
Muhakkak. Onun için kul hakkından korunmak lazım.
One, it is important to make sure to protect oneself from any possibility of having violated a person's rights.
Allah muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us.
Kimsenin hakkını yemeyelim inşallah.
And may Allah Almighty preserve us and protect us from violating a person's rights,
Bilerek bilmeyerek
knowingly or unknowingly.
Allah muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us.
Bilmeyerek olursa
If it happens unknowingly,
onun yerine de dünyada sadaka da verilir.
and you are completely unaware of having violated a person's rights, then you may give sadaqah in order to make up for it.
Onun bilmeyerek yapılan şeyler tövbe ederek
And if you do something unknowingly, then you may ask Allah Almighty for forgiveness,
Allah affeder. Ama
and then Allah Almighty will forgive.
bilerek kul hakkı yemek o çok büyük
However, if you knowingly violate a person's rights,
bir tehlikedir. Allah muhafaza etsin.
then you will be punished for it, and this is a great dangerous act.
Allah insanlara akıl versin,
May Allah Almighty grant people a mind to think.
akıl fikir versin ki
May people reason.
düşünsünler yaptıkları işler
May Allah Almighty make people think about what they do,
iyi değil, kötü olduğunu bilsinler
and may they realize that their wrongdoings are not good, but bad.
inşallah. Amin. Allah tevfik. El Fatiha.